Hello everyone, and welcome back to Computing Kids Java 1. My name is Cameron, and today we're going to take a look at populating the world using for loops. So, as it stands, our world has two actors in it, our player and a single elephant over here. But what if we wanted to add, say, 10 elephants or 100 elephants to our world? So, the way we've learned so far, the way we would do that is we would go into my world and we would take this block of code right here and we would have to sort of copy and paste it many times. We would have to write out 10 or 100 or as many times as we want elephants on the screen, the same line of code right here. But it turns out there's a much easier way to do this, and to do it we're going to have to learn another Java construction called a for loop. So in essence, a for loop will allow us to repeat a line of code as many times as we would like without having to actually write it multiple times. So let's take a look at what a for loop looks like. In order to create one, you're going to have to use the keyword for and then write the following inside of parentheses afterwards. Int I equals 0. I is less than the number of times you would like the for loop to run. So let's say this time we want 10 elephants, so I'm going to put 10 here. And then you write I plus plus. And then just like an if statement, we're going to have our curly brackets here. And if you did it correctly, Greenfoot should highlight this little pink area for you, and this is the area that your for loop will repeat. So as we said, our goal here is we want to have 10 elephants on the screen. So why don't we just try and paste this bit of code into here. And we're going to have to give this a new name because we have already created an elephant up there. So actually, it might be easier if we just do this. We can actually shorten this line by pasting that in here. And then we can add a new elephant to our world 10 times. And let's see what happens here. So we hit run and it looks like nothing really happened, but if we drag our elephants out here, we can see that there actually were 10 elephants created. The only problem here is that they were all created at the same spot, because we see we added our object here at the coordinates 200, 300, and they all ended up at the same spot here. But this is usually not what we're going to want. So thankfully, Greenfoot has a function that we can use to randomly place our actors, and that is going to be Greenfoot get random number. So we can see here, if we replace our 200x value with Greenfoot.get random number, and in here we're going to need to put the width of our screen so that our elephants do not appear off the screen on either side. So to do that, we'll just say get width, another parentheses there, and if we compile that, we should see that our elephants are now being placed randomly on the x-axis. And if we do the same thing with our y value, if we say Greenfoot.get random number, and then in here we say get height, just to give you a look at that complete line of code here, then we will have our elephants populating the world in random locations, and we can see that every time I hit reset, our elephants are added to a new random location on the screen.